You are standing at the edge of a blank canvas, ready to create something entirely new. This is where 0 to 1 invites you to go. It's not just a book about business or startups. It's a guide to thinking in a way that breaks free from the ordinary. Instead of following paths that others have already walked or making small improvements to what already exists, this book challenges you to create something original, something that moves the world forward from nothing, 0, to something remarkable, 1. The ideas in this book come from someone who has seen success and understands what it takes to build something extraordinary. As you read, it will feel like a personal conversation, one where the secrets of groundbreaking innovation and big thinking are laid out for you. You'll learn why competition can limit progress, why aiming for uniqueness is crucial, and how to spot those rare opportunities that others miss. This book encourages you to embrace boldness, ask questions no one else is asking, and dream of possibilities beyond what seems obvious. The future doesn't just happen by chance, it's created by those who dare to think differently. Every great idea, every life changing innovation starts with someone willing to do what hasn't been done before. Now it's your turn to step into that mindset, to see the world through new eyes, and to uncover your own path from 0 to 1. Don't wait and don't hesitate. Let's start the book and begin this exciting journey without wasting any time. Chapter 1: The Challenge of the Future. The future is like an open horizon filled with endless possibilities, yet most people approach it passively, as if it will simply unfold without their input. Understanding and shaping the future is not just a choice, it's a responsibility for those who want to make a meaningful impact on the world. The challenge is not merely to predict what might come next, but to actively create something new and transformative. Progress comes in two forms: horizontal and vertical. Horizontal progress is about copying and scaling what already works. It's like taking a blueprint and replicating it over and over, spreading an idea or product to new markets. While valuable, this kind of progress doesn't change the essence of what exists. Vertical progress, on the other hand, is entirely different. It's about invention and innovation, bringing something into existence that has never been seen before. Moving from 0 to 1 means creating entirely new solutions, systems, or ways of thinking. To tackle the future, you need to ask an important question: what role will I play in shaping it? Most people settle for small improvements because they feel safe. They stick to what's familiar, focusing on incremental steps and avoiding risk. But real breakthroughs come from those who take bold leaps, those who are willing to face uncertainty and create something truly original. By thinking big and challenging the status quo, you're not just contributing to the future, you're defining it. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the obsession with competition. Society teaches us that competition drives success, but competing often distracts from creativity and original thinking. When you're focused on being better than others, you can lose sight of what makes you unique. True success comes from creating your own path where you set the rules and carve out a space that only you can fill. The most innovative ideas come from looking at the world differently, asking questions no one else is asking, and solving problems others ignore. Shaping the future is about more than just invention, it's about mindset. It requires courage to think beyond what's obvious and challenge deeply held assumptions. It takes vision to see opportunities that others overlook and determination to pursue them, even when the path isn't clear. The world is full of potential, but only those who dare to dream big and act boldly can unlock it. The future is not a distant reality that happens to you. It's a space you have the power to shape. Every groundbreaking idea and every transformative invention started with someone who was willing to think differently and take risks. To meet the challenge of the future, you must embrace uncertainty, think creatively, and act with purpose. By doing so, you can turn the unknown into a reality that you help create. Chapter 2: Party Like It's 1999. The late 1990s seemed like a golden age for technology and business. The internet was booming, and the digital world was full of promise. Startups were appearing everywhere, each one fueled by a vision of the future where everything would be online, fast, and connected. Investors were eager to back any company with the potential to change the world. The atmosphere was electric, and entrepreneurs believed they were on the brink of a revolution. It felt like a time when anything was possible, as long as you could move fast enough and claim your stake in the growing digital economy. But despite all the excitement, there was something beneath the surface that many people didn't see. The focus was not on building long lasting, valuable businesses, but on growing as quickly as possible and capturing attention. Companies were often started with one simple goal: to become big, fast, regardless of whether they were solving real problems or creating true value. The idea was that if you were first to market and scaled fast enough, profits would follow. Growth became the only thing that mattered. You would have seen companies pouring huge amounts of money into marketing, lavish parties, and extravagant events. Everything was designed to show the world that they were successful. Growth was the measure of everything. Investors were eager to get in on the action, sometimes investing millions in companies with little more than a great idea and an impressive user count. The general belief was that rapid expansion was a sign of success, no matter how flawed the business model or the product itself. But as quickly as the dot-com boom rose, it collapsed. In 2000, the bubble burst, and many of those same companies you might have seen celebrating were gone almost overnight. Investors lost billions, and the dream of a new economy based entirely on the internet and digital business seemed to come crashing down. The companies that survived had to ask themselves tough questions about what went wrong. It became clear that growth without substance wasn't sustainable. The crash exposed a harsh truth: competition and rapid growth weren't enough. Simply being first or having the biggest market share didn't guarantee success. It was easy to get caught up in the excitement, chasing trends and numbers while neglecting the core work of building something meaningful. Those companies that survived learned that you need more than just growth at all costs. You need a strong foundation, a clear purpose, and real value to offer. The collapse also served as a reminder about the dangers of focusing on competition instead of innovation. Competing to be better than everyone else can make you forget why you're building in the first place. The real opportunity comes when you stop looking at what others are doing and start thinking about what isn't being done yet. What could be created if you weren't chasing after the same customers or trends. Looking back, the late 90s teach you how easy it is to get caught up in the hype, but they also show the power of focusing on long-term, sustainable growth. The real winners weren't just the ones who scaled the fastest. They were the ones who focused on creating lasting value and innovating in ways that mattered. The future won't be defined by those who rush to outcompete others, but by those who take the time to create something original, valuable, and enduring. Chapter 3: All happy companies are different. Every successful company you know has one thing in common: they're all unique in their own way. The most successful companies are the ones that carve out their own path and refuse to follow the crowd. When you look at companies that have thrived, you'll notice they don't just try to copy what others have done. They find ways to stand out, create something new, and solve problems that no one else has tackled. The idea that all successful companies are the same is misleading. The truth is, happy, successful companies are different because they focus on creating something no one else can. They don't compete by offering just a slightly better version of what already exists. Instead, they focus on offering something that no one else can. They create their own niche, build their own culture, and have a clear vision of where they're headed without worrying too much about what others are doing. One of the biggest mistakes businesses make is thinking they need to compete with others in order to succeed. This often leads to a race to the bottom, companies trying to offer the cheapest price or copy the most popular features. But real innovation doesn't happen by following in others' footsteps. True success comes when you create something that's genuinely valuable and different from everything else on the market. Successful companies know their uniqueness is what makes them stand out. Whether it's Apple's design, Tesla's electric cars, or Amazon's customer obsession, these companies aren't following a formula. They're focused on creating value in a way no one else can replicate. They focus on solving problems or fulfilling needs that are ignored or overlooked by the competition. By doing so, they build loyal customers who believe in their product because it's unlike anything else out there. In a world where many businesses are focused on outcompeting others, the real challenge is to create a business that doesn't just participate in the competition, but one that stands outside it entirely. By doing something new and different, you not only set yourself apart, but you also open up the possibility to build a company that's genuinely happy and successful. You'll discover that the path to success doesn't lie in copying what's already been done, but in finding your own unique way to solve problems and create value. To build a company that's truly successful, you must focus on creating something that only you can offer. Don't just follow trends and don't try to be better than the competition. Instead, be different. Build something that's never been done before, and the success will follow. Chapter 4: The Ideology of Competition. Competition is often seen as the driving force behind success. It's the idea that if you're not competing with others, you're not moving forward. But this belief can be misleading. In fact, the ideology of competition can be harmful because it focuses more on beating others than on creating something truly valuable. Rather than pushing you to innovate, competition often encourages you to follow the same paths others have taken, just with a slightly better approach. When you focus on competition, you end up spending too much time looking at what your competitors are doing and not enough time thinking about what you could be doing that's truly unique. Instead of finding ways to create new solutions, companies often try to outdo others in small, incremental ways. They may end up improving on existing ideas, but they're not creating anything that moves the world forward. Competition, in this sense, can limit your potential. The real challenge isn't to outcompete others, but to create something that stands on its own. When you focus on creating something new and valuable, you stop thinking about what other people are doing. You focus on what your product or idea can do to change the world and how it can solve problems in ways that haven't been solved yet. Innovation isn't about winning a race against others. It's about setting your own course and offering something that no one else can. Look at the most successful companies in the world. They're not competing in the traditional sense. They've created entire industries or redefined existing ones. Instead of aiming to be the best at something that already exists, they've focused on carving out new markets and creating products that no one thought possible. This allows them to become the leaders in their field without needing to fight for scraps in a crowded, competitive space. The ideology of competition also distorts how we think about value. When competition is the focus, success is often measured by being better than others, whether it's a faster, cheaper, or more popular version of something. But real value isn't about being better at what's already been done. It's about offering something that's completely new and genuinely useful. When you stop thinking about competition, you can focus on what truly matters, creating something that has its own place in the world. You can stop trying to beat others and start building something that stands apart. This shift in mindset is crucial for creating lasting, meaningful success. The future doesn't belong to those who try to compete in crowded markets. It belongs to those who can create something no one else can. Chapter 5: Last Mover Advantage. In the world of business, being the first to market is often celebrated as the key to success. The logic is simple: get there first, capture the market, and become the leader. But what if being first isn't always the best strategy? What if waiting and learning from others could give you a significant advantage? This is where the concept of last mover advantage comes into play. The idea of last mover advantage challenges the traditional belief that being first is the only way to win. The truth is, the last mover, the company that enters the market after others have already laid the groundwork, can often be the one that reaps the biggest rewards. While the first movers may have been the pioneers, they also face the risk of making mistakes or missing opportunities because they were operating in uncharted territory. The last mover can learn from these mistakes, improve upon what already exists, and offer a better, more refined product or service. Being the last mover allows you to take advantage of the mistakes and shortcomings of the early players. By entering the market later, you can see what worked and what didn't. You can analyze customer feedback, understand what people actually want, and build a better product based on real data rather than assumptions. While the first movers were often too busy trying to make their ideas work, the last movers can perfect the concept and offer a more complete solution. The key to last mover advantage is not just about entering the market last. It's about using the time between the first move and your own to learn, innovate, and improve. It's about taking calculated risks and knowing when to act. The first movers might have the initial momentum, but the last movers have the opportunity to fine tune their approach, understand the market more deeply, and create something that has a much higher chance of success in the long term. Think about how some of the most successful companies became leaders, not by being first, but by entering after others. For example, Facebook wasn't the first social network, but it learned from the mistakes of MySpace and other early platforms, ultimately creating a more user friendly and effective product. Similarly, companies like Google and Apple weren't the first in their fields, but they refined existing technologies and transformed them into something better and more accessible. They didn't rush to be first. They took their time to understand the market and offer a superior product. The last mover advantage isn't about sitting back and waiting forever. It's about knowing when to enter and how to make the most of the lessons already learned. It's about recognizing that being last doesn't mean being left behind. It means having the opportunity to be the best. The key is to stay patient, watch the market, and wait for the right moment to act. By doing so, you can leapfrog ahead of the competition and set yourself up for lasting success. Chapter 6: You are not a lottery ticket. Too many people treat life like a lottery, hoping for a big break or waiting for some random event to change their fortunes. This mindset puts the responsibility for success outside of your control. It relies on luck, chance, or timing, rather than on taking action and creating your own opportunities. But the truth is, you are not a lottery ticket. You're in control of your own fate. When you see yourself as a passive player, hoping for good luck, you miss the chance to shape your own path. Success isn't about waiting for something to happen. It's about creating opportunities through hard work, vision, and persistence. Building something meaningful requires taking intentional steps, not hoping that the universe will hand you a lucky break. Instead of relying on external factors, focus on what you can control: your actions, decisions, and willingness to learn. The lottery mindset often leads to disappointment. It's easy to look around and think that others have some kind of special advantage, or that success is a matter of being in the right place at the right time. But in reality, most successful people didn't just happen upon their success. They worked hard, took risks, and learned from their mistakes. They made their own luck by taking consistent, thoughtful action toward their goals. If you believe you're just waiting for the right moment, you might find yourself stuck, never taking the first step because you're waiting for the perfect opportunity. The truth is, there's no such thing as a perfect moment. Life isn't about waiting for the odds to be in your favor. It's about creating your own opportunities, even when things don't seem ideal. The more you take control of your journey, the more you realize that success is less about chance and more about making your own luck through focused effort. The real key to success is choosing to be proactive rather than passive. While it's true that external factors like timing and market conditions do play a role, what you do with those factors is far more important. When you take responsibility for your own success, you stop waiting for the lottery ticket to show up. Instead, you create your own opportunities, build your own path, and take action to move forward, regardless of whether luck is on your side. The truth is simple: you are not a lottery ticket. You have the power to shape your future by making deliberate, informed decisions and committing to the work required to succeed. By focusing on your goals, learning from setbacks, and being consistent in your efforts, you'll find that you don't need to leave your success to chance. You can create it for yourself. Chapter 7: Follow the Money. In business, one of the most reliable ways to gauge what's working and where the future is headed is by looking at where the money is flowing. Money is more than just currency, it's an indicator of value. When investors, customers, or companies are willing to commit their resources to something, it's usually because they believe there's something valuable there. By following the money, you can spot opportunities, recognize trends, and understand what people are truly investing in. But just following the money isn't enough. It's not about jumping into the latest trend or the industry that's getting the most funding. Instead, it's about understanding why money is being invested and where it's being invested. Why are investors so excited about a particular market or product? What is it that they see that others don't? To successfully follow the money, you need to dive deeper into these questions and understand what is actually driving this financial flow. The businesses that thrive are the ones that not only spot where the money is going, but also understand the value behind it. Money tends to flow into areas that solve big, important problems. These are industries or companies that are meeting real needs, whether it's through innovative technology, a better way of doing business, or addressing a gap in the market. The more you can understand the forces behind the flow of money, the better you can position yourself in those areas of opportunity. But here's where many businesses make a mistake. They chase the money without understanding the deeper forces behind it. It's easy to see a hot trend or a booming market and assume it's an opportunity. However, if you don't understand the why people are willing to invest or what needs they are trying to fulfill, you might end up with a business that only scratches the surface, not one that builds real, lasting value. Companies that simply follow the money without understanding its purpose are often left behind when the next big thing comes along. The real opportunity lies in understanding not just where the money is going, but why it's going there. Money is a signal, but it's a signal of deeper value. Whether it's a new technology that will change the way people live or a shift in consumer behavior that's been ignored by the competition, understanding these shifts allows you these shifts to create something that people genuinely need and are willing to invest in. The best businesses aren't the ones that just follow trends. They're the ones that see where the market is headed, identify where value is being created, and offer something even better. Think of the companies that have shaped entire industries. Apple didn't just follow the money in tech, they created a product that was different, better, and transformed an entire industry. Amazon didn't simply chase the e commerce boom, it reinvented retail and built an ecosystem that fulfilled real customer needs. These companies didn't just pay attention to where the money was going, they understood the value behind that investment, then added something unique that changed everything. To successfully follow the money, you must look beyond the obvious. Don't just watch where the investment is flowing. Ask yourself why. What problems are being solved? What are customers and investors really looking for? If you can tap into that understanding, you can position yourself to be part of the next wave of value creation. The key to lasting success isn't about chasing the latest trend. It's about finding where real value is being built and contributing to it in your own unique way. That's how you create a business that lasts, not just one that makes money in the short term. Chapter 8, Secret. In business, one of the most powerful forces is the idea of secrets. These are things that are hidden from the public eye, not widely known or understood, but that can make all the difference when it comes to success. It's not just about having the right information, but about understanding things that others are overlooking or dismissing. Secrets aren't just about keeping something hidden, they're about uncovering new opportunities and unique approaches that give you a competitive edge. The most successful companies have one thing in common. They've discovered something that most people didn't see. This could be a new technology, a different business model, or an untapped market that no one else recognized. These secrets are what allow companies to gain an advantage and leap ahead of the competition. They give these companies the ability to do things that others can't or haven't thought to do. But these secrets don't always come easily. Often, they're the result of deep observation, innovative thinking, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. You don't just find these secrets by looking at what everyone else is doing. You find them by asking questions that others aren't asking, looking for patterns that others don't see, and thinking differently from the crowd. One of the biggest misconceptions about business is that success is all about following the rules. But the truth is, most of the time, the real breakthroughs come from breaking the rules. Companies that have found success have often done so by doing things that no one thought possible. They didn't follow a conventional path, they created a new one. The secret to their success wasn't just about working harder or smarter, but about seeing something that no one else could see and acting on it. Finding secrets is about being curious and open to the unknown. It's about questioning the way things are done and looking for ways to do them better. Sometimes these secrets are found in industries or areas that people don't typically pay attention to. At other times, they're discovered by looking at existing problems in a completely new way. The real challenge isn't finding the secrets themselves, it's recognizing when you have them. Often, the most valuable secrets don't look like much at first. They're small ideas that seem unimportant or overlooked. But with the right vision and understanding, these small secrets can lead to big rewards. It's about having the foresight to see the potential in something that others might dismiss and having the courage to act on it. In business, success often comes down to uncovering and leveraging secrets. These aren't just hidden strategies or tools. They are the insights that allow you to solve problems in ways no one else can. If you can find these hidden opportunities, you can carve out a place for yourself in the market that's different from everyone else. The key to finding these secrets is being willing to look beyond the surface, question what you think you know, and seek out the opportunities that others aren't paying attention to. Ultimately, the real secrets are the things that give you an edge in the market. They may not be obvious, but when you find them, they can set you apart from the competition and help you build something truly valuable. The business world is full of hidden opportunities, but it's up to you to recognize them, act on them, and turn them into something great. Chapter 9, Foundations. Building something great starts with a solid foundation. Whether you're starting a business, creating a new product, or shaping a new market, your foundation is what will sustain everything you do. The strength of your foundation determines how successful and lasting your venture will be. Without a strong base, even the most innovative ideas can fall apart. A strong foundation isn't just about financial backing or resources. It's about having the right principles, team, and vision in place. The most successful businesses don't just focus on what they can build in the short term, they focus on what they can build in the long term. They make sure that their business model, product, and culture are all built on principles that will stand the test of time. When starting a new company or project, the foundation you lay will affect everything that follows. For instance, the team you build at the beginning will shape your company's culture and capabilities. A good team brings together diverse skills and ideas, but it also shares common values and goals. If you start with a team that believes in the mission and is aligned with the company's long-term vision, you'll be able to build a company that is stronger and more resilient in the face of challenges. Having a solid product or service at the core of your business is just as important. A strong foundation means focusing on creating something truly valuable, not just something that's good enough. Your product should solve a real problem or offer a new solution that improves lives. The best businesses are built around products or services that people can't live without or that make their lives significantly better. If your product is built on a foundation of solving genuine problems, it will have a better chance of succeeding, even in tough times. The right principles guide decision making too. From the beginning, the way you approach your business will set the tone for everything else. Are you focused on creating long-term value, or are you just looking for short-term profits? Are you building for sustainability, or are you chasing quick wins? Companies that succeed are those that focus on building something meaningful, not just something profitable in the moment. The foundation of your business should be centered around creating value and doing things that matter. Your business model is another key part of your foundation. It's essential to understand how your business will generate revenue and how it will scale. Without a clear model, you risk building something that's not sustainable or profitable. Strong business models are built on clear strategies and scalable systems that will allow your company to grow over time. If your foundation isn't solid here, you'll face struggles when trying to expand or weather financial storms. Finally, a strong foundation means being adaptable. Um, while the principles you build your business on should stay true, your approach to solving problems and evolving with the market can and should change. As the market shifts and new technologies or trends emerge, being able to pivot without losing sight of your core values is key to staying relevant. A foundation that encourages adaptability will keep you ahead of the competition and help your business grow in the long term. When you lay the right foundation, everything that comes after will have a better chance of success. This means making smart long term decisions from the very beginning. Whether it's choosing the right team, creating a valuable product, or developing a sustainable business model, the strength of your foundation will determine the strength of your business. A solid foundation will give you the ability to weather any storm and continue to grow and succeed over time. Chapter 10: The Mechanics of Mafia. In business, building a successful company isn't just about the product or the idea, it's about the people you surround yourself with. The mafia concept in business refers to the idea of creating a tight knit, loyal, and highly effective team. A mafia like team isn't just focused on getting things done, they are deeply invested in the company's mission, creating a bond that goes beyond just business. These people treat the company like it's their own, working tirelessly for its success. The key to building this kind of team is trust. Trust is the foundation of any successful group. In a business mafia, trust isn't something that's earned over time, it's established from day one. The people in this group know they can rely on each other to get things done, make tough decisions, and protect the company's interests. Trust allows the team to operate smoothly, knowing that each person is committed to the success of the whole organization, not just their individual role. Loyalty plays a crucial role in the mechanics of a business mafia. In this environment, loyalty isn't just about staying in the company when things are going well, it's about sticking together through tough times. Members of the mafia know that challenges will come, but they have each other's back. This loyalty helps the team push forward, even when the company faces difficulties or failures. They understand that their success is tied to the success of the group. In a mafia like company, there's also a strong sense of exclusivity. The people involved are not just employees, they are part of a culture, a team that values shared goals and mission. This exclusivity creates a bond between people who truly care about what they are building together. It attracts individuals who want to contribute to something meaningful and long lasting, not just to collect a paycheck. The mafia mentality doesn't focus on short term rewards, it's about long term commitment. People in the mafia are willing to sacrifice for the greater good, and they're focused on the success of the company over time. They understand that building something great takes time, and they are ready to put in the work even if the results aren't immediate. This long term thinking sets the foundation for real success. The members of a business mafia are chosen carefully. You want people who share the same vision, values, and passion for the company's mission. These are people who aren't just looking for a job, they want to be part of something bigger. They bring their best work to the table, and they care deeply about the company's future. Creating this kind of environment starts with developing a strong company culture. It's about building a team where people feel valued, respected, and empowered to do their best work. A mafia like culture gives everyone a sense of ownership and pride in what they are building. This culture helps bind the team together and motivates them to go above and beyond for the company's success. The mechanics of the mafia aren't about control or manipulation. They're about creating an environment where trust, loyalty, and long term commitment drive success. It's about building a team of people who are deeply invested in the company, who share a sense of purpose, and who are willing to work together to overcome challenges and achieve greatness. When you have a business mafia like this, you create a foundation for success that will last. Chapter 11: If you build it, will they come? The idea of building something and waiting for people to show up sounds simple, but the reality is far from it. Just because you create a product or service doesn't automatically mean people will come. In business, having a great idea or a revolutionary product is only part of the equation. The real challenge is making sure the right people know about it, care about it, and are willing to pay for it. You've probably heard the saying, if you build it, they will come. The truth, however, is that this is rarely the case in business. Building something great is just the first step. Without the right strategy to attract attention, engage customers, and market your product, you're left with a great idea that no one knows about. And without customers, no business can thrive. The real question you need to ask yourself is, how will people know about what I've built? This question highlights the importance of marketing, branding, and reaching the right audience. A great product or service may be your key to success, but without the right attention, you won't be able to generate the demand needed to make it sustainable. Marketing is what bridges the gap between your creation and the customers who need it. To succeed, you have to be proactive. You can't just hope people will discover your product by chance. You need to create demand, which means understanding your target market and finding ways to engage with them. Whether it's through digital marketing, word of mouth, or other channels, you must put effort into reaching the people who will benefit from your product. Customer acquisition isn't easy, and it often requires a creative approach. You might need to experiment with different ways to connect with your audience, offer incentives, or partner with other businesses that already have access to your target market. Building a great product or service only gets you so far. You need to create a buzz, foster interest, and get people talking about what you've built. Another important factor is the value proposition. Why should people care about your product? What problem does it solve? If your product doesn't clearly address a need or improve someone's life, it becomes much harder to get people to take notice. Your marketing and sales strategies should emphasize these benefits, showing your audience exactly why your product is worth their attention and money. And even once you've built a customer base, the work doesn't stop. Business isn't just about making the sale once, it's about building relationships with customers. Repeat customers and word of mouth referrals are often the keys to long term success. If you want people to keep coming back, you must continue to deliver value and create exceptional experiences for your customers. Building something great doesn't guarantee that people will show up. The real work begins when you ask yourself how to get people to care about what you've created and how to connect with the right audience. If you can successfully market and create demand for your product, then yes, people will come, but it's up to you to make that happen. Chapter 12, Man and Machine. In the world of business and innovation, technology is often seen as a tool for progress. But what happens when humans and machines work together rather than separately? The future of business lies not just in what technology can do on its own, but in how it can enhance and amplify human creativity, decision making, and problem solving. The combination of man and machine holds the key to creating businesses that are smarter, faster, and more capable of tackling complex challenges. Machines have the ability to handle repetitive tasks, analyze vast amounts of data, and automate processes, but they still lack the human qualities that make businesses thrive: creativity, empathy, and the ability to understand nuance. While machines can make processes more efficient, they cannot replace the instinct, intuition, and innovative thinking that humans bring to the table. When combined, humans and machines can complement each other in ways that neither could do alone. One of the most significant ways technology can empower businesses is by making employees more productive. Automation and artificial intelligence, AI, can take over routine and time-consuming tasks, allowing people to focus on higher-level work. For example, while AI can analyze customer data and predict buying patterns, it's the human team that can use this information to develop personalized marketing strategies or create new products based on customer needs. The machine provides the insights, and the human uses those insights creatively to make decisions and take action. This collaboration also opens up new possibilities for innovation. Machines can be used to test and refine ideas at a speed and scale that humans alone can't match. A business can use machine learning algorithms to simulate various market conditions, allowing the team to experiment and iterate on ideas faster than ever before. This accelerates innovation, helping businesses stay ahead of the competition. However, while machines offer incredible power, the human element is crucial in ensuring that technology is used responsibly and effectively. For example, an AI system may identify patterns in data, but it requires human oversight to ensure that the conclusions drawn from that data are ethically sound and aligned with the company's values. The machine can't make moral decisions. It's the human leader who must make sure the business stays true to its purpose and that technology is used in ways that benefit both the company and society. The combination of man and machine also creates new job opportunities. As automation handles more of the repetitive tasks, it frees up people to work on tasks that require creativity, emotional intelligence, and critical thinking. While technology can eliminate certain jobs, it also creates new roles that didn't exist before. In many cases, businesses will need people who can manage, maintain, and improve the technologies that they've implemented. There's an increasing demand for workers who are skilled in areas like data analysis, machine learning, and software development. The key is to ensure that workers have the skills to adapt to these changing demands and that they are empowered to use technology to enhance their work. The relationship between man and machine also brings about new ways to engage with customers. Companies can use machines to personalize interactions with customers in real time, providing tailored recommendations or addressing issues instantly through chatbots or AI-driven customer service. Yet, the human touch remains important, whether it's a customer service representative handling a complex issue or a leader inspiring a team to embrace new technology. Customers still value human connection, and businesses that can balance technology with personal engagement will be the most successful. Ultimately, the future of business lies in the seamless integration of humans and machines. It's not about replacing people with technology. It's about using technology to enhance human capabilities and make businesses more efficient, innovative, and responsive. When man and machine work together, they can create solutions that neither could achieve on their own. By embracing this partnership, businesses can unlock new levels of productivity, creativity, and success. Chapter 13: Seeing Green. Seeing green in business is about recognizing the potential for both profit and positive impact on the environment and society. While making money is essential, today's successful businesses must also consider their ecological footprint and the sustainability of their practices. Companies that can balance financial success with environmental responsibility are the ones that will thrive in the future as the demand for sustainable solutions grows stronger. Sustainability is no longer an optional or secondary consideration. It's a necessity. As natural resources become limited, regulations increase, and consumers become more conscious of their choices, businesses must shift their mindset. Seeing green means understanding that success isn't just about the short-term financial rewards, but about creating long-term value that contributes to the health of the planet. Those that embrace sustainability as a core part of their business model will be the ones best positioned for growth. There's a growing business opportunity in sustainability. Many companies hesitate to adopt green practices because they believe it will be too costly or too complicated. However, sustainable business practices often lead to innovation and new market opportunities. Eco-friendly products and services are increasingly appealing to consumers, especially as people become more aware of their environmental impact. Businesses that tap into this demand can differentiate themselves from competitors, attract loyal customers, and even justify higher prices for their green products. In addition to boosting sales, seeing green can actually help companies save money. Businesses that focus on sustainability often find ways to reduce their operational costs. Energy-efficient technologies, waste reduction, and sustainable sourcing can cut down on expenses, leading to long-term financial benefits. While the initial investment in green practices may seem high, the savings and efficiencies that follow can more than make up for it, proving that sustainable practices are not only good for the planet, but good for the bottom line. Being environmentally responsible can also strengthen a company's brand. Today's consumers are increasingly choosing brands that reflect their values, especially when it comes to sustainability. Companies that embrace green practices are viewed as forward-thinking and socially responsible, which leads to stronger customer loyalty and better reputations. This can result in increased sales as consumers want to support businesses that align with their ethical standards. Sustainability is not just about appealing to consumers. It's also about positioning your company for success in a changing regulatory environment. Governments are enacting more policies to limit environmental harm, and businesses that fail to adopt sustainable practices risk falling behind. On the other hand, companies that proactively integrate sustainability into their business model are better equipped to comply with these regulations and attract investment from sources that prioritize environmental impact. Every industry has the opportunity to see green and reduce its environmental impact. Whether it's tech companies creating energy efficient devices, manufacturers reducing waste, or service providers embracing sustainable operations, there are countless ways businesses can contribute to sustainability. The key is to identify the opportunities within each industry to innovate and find green solutions that work for both the business and the environment. Moreover, seeing green requires a shift in how companies approach decision making. Business leaders must understand that focusing solely on short term profits can overlook the long term consequences of environmental damage. The true cost of doing business involves considering the sustainability of resources, materials, and processes. Companies that consider the future, both for their business and the planet, will create a stronger foundation for long term success. In conclusion, seeing green is about more than just making money. It's about integrating sustainability into your business strategy and creating value that benefits not only your company, but also the world around you. Businesses that adopt environmentally responsible practices and innovate with green solutions will be the leaders of tomorrow, ensuring their success while protecting the planet for future generations. Chapter 14: The Founder's Paradox. The Founder's Paradox refers to the unique challenges and contradictions that founders face when building and leading a company. Starting a business takes a combination of vision, passion, and relentless determination. But these same qualities that drive success can also create friction and difficulties as the company grows. Founders often have to navigate complex decisions that force them to balance competing priorities between holding on to control, embracing growth, and letting others take on more responsibility. At the core of the paradox is the tension between two sides of a founder's personality: the visionary and the leader. The visionary is focused on the long term vision, the big picture, and the dream of creating something extraordinary. This is what fuels the drive to get the company off the ground and make it successful. But as the company grows, the founder must also become a leader who is capable of managing teams, delegating tasks, and creating systems that allow the business to function without the founder's constant involvement. The founder's challenge is learning how to step back from the day to day operations and trust others to take charge while still holding on to the vision that led to the company's creation. In the early stages of a startup, the founder often has to wear many hats, everything from product development to marketing to customer service. This hands on approach is necessary for getting the business off the ground, but it can also create problems down the road. As the company expands, the founder needs to let go of control and empower others to take on responsibilities. This is where the paradox comes into play. The founder needs to transition from being the person who does everything to being the person who leads the team in achieving the company's goals. Letting go is difficult, but it's essential for the company's growth. Another aspect of the founder's paradox is the balance between being a relentless leader and maintaining humility. Founders often have to be extremely confident in their vision to get others to believe in it, but this confidence can sometimes make them resistant to feedback or reluctant to change course. As the business grows, the founder must be willing to listen to others, employees, investors, and even customers who may have valuable perspectives that challenge the founder's initial ideas. A great founder knows when to stand firm in their vision and when to adapt and evolve based on new information or changing circumstances. Founders are also faced with the difficult decision of how much control to retain over their company. In the early days, they are the driving force behind every decision, and they have a strong vision for how the business should be run. However, as the company grows, the founder often has to bring in other executives and managers who can help scale the business. This means that the founder must decide whether to let go of some decision making authority or to keep tight control over every aspect of the company. This can be a delicate balance, as too much control can stifle growth, but too little control can lead to the business losing its original vision and focus. The founder's paradox is also about managing the tension between ambition and reality. Founders often start with a bold vision and an unwavering belief in their ability to change the world. But as they build the company, they must learn to deal with the everyday realities of running a business, the operational challenges, the financial pressures, and the obstacles that come with scaling. This can be frustrating for founders who are used to thinking big, but it's an essential part of the process. Balancing these two worlds, the visionary and the practical, is crucial for the long term success of the business. Finally, the founder's paradox involves the struggle between personal identity and the company's identity. For many founders, their business becomes an extension of themselves. They pour their passion, energy, and time into building it, and the success of the company is tied to their personal success. As the company grows, the founder's role changes, and they may have to redefine their sense of self. The challenge is to let go of the idea that the company is solely an extension of the founder's identity and embrace the idea that it has its own life and purpose. This shift can be difficult, but it is essential for the founder's growth and the long term health of the company. In conclusion, the founder's paradox is a constant balancing act between maintaining the passion and vision that sparked the creation of the company and evolving into a leader who can guide the business through growth and change. Founders must navigate the tension between control and delegation, ambition and reality, and personal identity and company identity. The key to overcoming this paradox is understanding that growth requires change and that letting go of certain aspects of the business can ultimately lead to greater success. The best founders are those who can evolve as their company does, embracing new challenges while staying true to the core values and vision that started it all. Conclusion: stagnation or singularity. The future of a business, and perhaps even the future of the world, hinges on one fundamental question: stagnation or singularity. As we move forward, the choices that companies make will determine whether they remain stuck in the past or leap into new, uncharted territories. This choice is more critical than ever as technology, markets, and societal needs evolve at an unprecedented pace. Stagnation represents a future where businesses continue to operate under outdated models, resisting change and holding on to traditional methods. In this scenario, companies will fail to innovate, ignoring new opportunities for growth and adaptation. They might continue to do things the same way, hoping that they can ride out the current challenges. But in doing so, they risk becoming irrelevant, overtaken by more dynamic competitors who embrace the future. On the other hand, singularity represents the moment when a company pushes past its limitations and enters a phase of radical innovation. It's the point where businesses redefine industries, break new ground, and create entirely new paradigms. It's not just about technological advancements, it's about creating something that didn't exist before, solving problems in ways that were once unimaginable. Companies that reach this point are the ones that will shape the future, leading the way with groundbreaking ideas and technologies that change the world. The key to avoiding stagnation is recognizing the importance of progress. This means continually striving for innovation, adapting to changes, and never becoming complacent. Companies must stay curious, challenge the status quo, and be open to new ideas and technologies. They need to foster a culture that encourages experimentation and embraces failure as a learning opportunity. The future belongs to those who can evolve and adapt, not to those who try to hold on to what has worked in the past. At the same time, the path to singularity is not easy. It requires bold decisions, vision, and a willingness to take risks. It means moving away from what's comfortable and familiar and diving into the unknown. But this is also where the greatest opportunities lie. The companies that dare to take these risks, that invest in the future, will be the ones that emerge as leaders in their industries. Ultimately, the choice between stagnation and singularity is in the hands of the entrepreneurs, business leaders, and innovators of today. The future is not predetermined, and it's up to each of us to decide how we will shape it. Will we settle for the familiar and the safe, or will we embrace the challenge of creating something entirely new? The path ahead is full of possibilities. Whether you find yourself on the road to stagnation or singularity depends on your vision, your willingness to change, and your ability to think beyond the present. The world is moving fast, and those who choose to innovate will be the ones who define the future. Now is the time to make the decision to embrace change, pursue new ideas, and aim for singularity. The future is waiting, and it's yours to create.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to join me. If you found the video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment.